Hello there, I'm going to take you through the rhythm parts for Living on a Prayer. There are 4 sections in total. We're going to start with the first section, which is the introduction, and the whole video assumes that you actually know 4 chords, and that's the E minor chord, the C chord, the D chord and the G chord. The first section is the introduction, and we've got an E minor chord for 4 bars, and then a C chord for 1 bar, a D chord for 1 bar, and then an E minor chord for 2 more bars. But you will see an instruction underneath that line on your music sheet, and you'll see it on the screen now, and it says that you're going to palm mute on the E minor chord and then do a single strum on the C chord and the D chord. So I'll demonstrate that first, and then I'll explain how we do it. Okay, so on the E minor chord you notice palm muting there all the way through, and we're playing quavers. So we're playing 8 down strums per bar. So to get the palm muting right, what we need to do is put your hand on the bridge of your guitar and move your fleshy bit of your hand, the side of your hand, the palm of your hand, just on the strings a little bit, and then all I'm playing is the bottom 3 strings. So we're playing the 6th string, 5th string and 4th string. So down strokes with your right hand, you've got your palm just on the strings a little bit, and just experiment with that sound until you get a nice chunky sound. We don't want to go too far on the strings, you just get a percussive sound, or you miss the strings completely, the strings ring out. So we need to get somewhere in between, a nice palm muted sound. So have a listen to this. So if you can try and practice that and make sure you get that sound really nice, then we can move on to the next bit. And you can always stop the video at any point, practice what I've shown you, and then you can move on to the next section. So we play an E minor chord, and we're playing 4 bars of that, and you might notice when I played it the first time, I emphasise the first beat of every bar. So just make it a little bit heavier with your right hand, so it's 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that helps you to know exactly where you are in the piece, and it makes it more musical as well. So I'm going to play the whole line now again. So I'm going to play palm muting on the E minor chord, single strum on the C, single strum on the D, and back to palm muting after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. C chord, single strum, D chord, single strum, back to E minor. And then in the actual piece, we'll play that twice. We'll move on now to section 2, very similar to what we've done in the introduction. It's the verse, same chord progression, exactly the same number of bars of each, but this time, instead of just playing a single strum on the C chord and a single strum on the D chord, we're going to play down, 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 up, down on those. So the rhythm we're after is down, 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 up, down. That's on the C chord, and the D chord the same. Down, 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 up, down. So practice those a little bit to make sure you can get that strum pattern working really nicely. It's down, 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 up, down. We'll demonstrate again. So C chord and D chord. And the rest of the verse is the same as the introduction, which is palm muted. So the verse, I'm going to play through it now. So 4 bars of E minor, 1 bar of C, 1 bar of D, 2 bars of E minor. Normally we will repeat that and do it again. I'll just go through it once. Okay, so here we go. 2, 3, 4. 3rd bar, 4th bar, going to C chord, down, 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 D chord, back to E minor. And then you do that twice for the verse. So the only difference between the verse and the introduction is you strum full chords on the C's and D's. Okay, you've got that working nicely. Let's move on to the 3rd section of the song, which is the pre-chorus. Now this time we've got a C, D and E minor in that order, but we're actually going to play it on a slightly different rhythm. So we're playing the C on the first beat of the bar. On the beat 2 and, we're going to play the D. And then we're going to do 2 Ds on beats 1 and 2 of the next bar. And then E minor. I'm going to demonstrate that for you, I'll count. So it's 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all the strums are down strums. We're playing on beat 1 and then 2 and. So it's C on the 1, D on the 2 and then beats 1 and 2 of the next bar, D, D, E minor. So I'm going to play through that a few times so you can perhaps play along and have a go. After 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, hopefully you've got the idea of that, so you can practice that a little bit and then come back to the video, try it again. Make sure you're getting the timing nice. The fourth line of the pre-chorus, we play a C chord once for a whole bar, so let it ring out for 4 beats. And then for the last bar of D, we're going to play it 4 times, but we're going to play the rhythm in the same rhythm as the words are sung on the record. And that corresponds with Give It a Shot. So we go 2, 3, 4, give it a shot. So I'll do that again. 2, 3, 4, C chord, 2, 3, 4, give it a shot. So I'm going to play now the pre-chorus all the way through. So 3 lines of C, D and E minor, and then that C and D we've just done on the end of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. C chord, 2, 3, 4. We'll give it a shot. Okay, so that's the pre-chorus. The next section, a little bit harder now because we've got to change chords a little bit quicker, is the chorus. In the chorus we have E minor, C, D, 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 and then it's G, C, D, D, D. So we've got a very, exactly the same strum pattern as you did in the pre-chorus. We're just doing different chords. So this time it's E minor, C, D, 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 and then G, C, D, D, D. Let's have a go at the first line of the chorus. Same timing as the pre-chorus, so it's beat 1, and then beat 2 and, beat C, and then in the second bar we're doing D, D, D. So we're not changing chord in the third bar. I'll play through the first line for you, chorus. 2, 3, 4, E minor, C, D, 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 G, C, D, D, D. And then we do that again. So the chorus is that same chord progression twice. I'll play through it twice for you. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, E minor, C, D, 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 G, C, D, 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 E minor, C, D, 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 G, C, D, D, D. And then right at the end of the chorus we play 2 bars of E minor. We're going back then to our palm muted E minor chord. So what I'll do now is I'll play through the whole piece from start to finish. So now I'm going to start from the introduction, go through a verse, go through a pre-chorus and then do a chorus. So here we go, after 4. From the introduction, including repeating the introduction. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Palm muting. C chord coming next, 1 strum, back to palm muting. I'm going to repeat that, so 1, 2, 3rd bar, 4th bar, back to C, E minor, palm mute. So verse 1, going to C full strum, back to E minor. Do that again, so E minor 1st bar, 2nd bar, 3rd bar, 4th bar, C chord. Down to the pre-chorus. C, D, 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 E minor, C, D, 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 E minor, single C, 2, 3, 4, we'll give it a shot, chorus, G, and again, Okay, well done. If you kept up with that, then you can play the rhythm part for the piece, which is great. And we will repeat some other bits of it to go around a couple of times. And there will be a solo in there as well, which I'll demonstrate in a different video. So well done, and have a good practice, and we'll see you in the other videos.